Excellent.
Eileen, can you hear us now?
Eileen, 54321. We could use that Saturday Night Live guy. Our top story tonight.
Can you hear us now?
Now I can. I logged out and logged back in again.
Okay, and I turned up the internal speaker. Okay,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Eileen, can you hear me now?
I can hear everybody now.
Excellent. I'd like to call tonight's town board meeting to order. We have roll call, please.
Supervisor Vastola,
Present.
Councilman Stat,
Here.
Councilman Gronwell,
Here.
Councilman Crowley,
Present.
Councilman Mitchell.
Here. Okay, I'll lead tonight's Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one
One
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval for our March 11th minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second. Those in favor?
Aye.
That carries. Privilege of the floor. I was honored to attend the NISAC legislator training at the Wayne County Complex. It was excellent. I was in the command center for the sheriff's department and a wonderful facility. We had people from all over the state, including County Executive Bello. And several other pretty fine educators. So that was well worth the time. Cool. Other privilege of the floor. Okay. Communications all listed. And the emails, and if anyone would like those that didn't get an email, you're more than welcome to get those. I can pull those up at any time. Ironically, the Association of Towns email is working on something. And an attorney from Association of Towns had emailed me something, and then it appears word for word like 12 hours later. So that was coincidental. And that's regarding the effect of GPS on town roads across the state, across the country, actually.
And I don't know if you saw it, but also one of the headlines was that we still have to file ARPA.
Yes.
Even though we've spent it. So I
Correct.
popped a note. to
I
Chris.
saw that. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, reports. Eileen, town clerk.
Paying to the supervisor for the general fund, $1,184.02. For water billing, $800.97. DEC, $94.48, and animal population control fund, $11, for a total disbursement of $2,090.47. I also went to the treasurer's office on Friday and wrote them a check for $621,077.42 for the remaining taxes I had collected that I had not paid them for. I turned over the value of $53,846.79 of unpaid taxes. That equals 37 parcels. That's about average. We run between 36, 37 to 42 parcels that are unpaid by the time I close out. And that's all I have right now.
And how did you make out with the reconciliation?
We'll
Is it-
find out, because as far as I'm concerned, I have $4,600 more in the bank account that should go to the treasurer that the program did not say I owed.
Okay,
So I'll most likely have to reschedule another appointment with them. They had to talk to somebody from Systems East to figure out why it showed as an overpayment. And I mean, I don't mind if we keep the $4,600, but I don't think it belongs to us.
understood. Thank you.
Yep.
And thanks for all the work on that.
Sure.
That's some new software that was put in. And it's every town struggle with it a little bit. Thank you for bearing with it. I'd like to
Sure.
motion to approve the town clerk's report. I'll make. There a second?
Second, Terry seconds.
Terry seconds, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries. Thank you. Historian, there was no report. CEO submitted a report and he's online right now. Anything in addition to the report, Joe?
Nope. Other than I have been in contact with, Mr. Castronova and he's really anxious to get the permit and start building. So,
Yes, he called me last week. Okay,
yep,
so that he'll get that permit this week then?
yes.
Excellent. I appreciate that. Thank you. Planning board, Ted Meehan.
The planning board met on March 25th. You have the draft minutes in your packets, so emailed to you. Pretty straightforward. We just had one application to process, and that was a subdivision, minor subdivision. From small portion quality lawn care holdings to the neighbor who just wanted to increase their property by about 1.2 acres. Vacant land, no services, nothing, there's no complications, so that was approved with no conditions. That's all.
Okay, one small question. Do we have a candidate yet for the county planning liaison yet?
No volunteers yet.
Okay, and my understanding is they also don't have to be a planning board member to be that, so
Any res-
so,
res-
maybe we want to start advertising for that at some point. That's available within on the website and further reach out. That's a great position and nice. Steve's done a nice job with that for a long time. Thank you, Ted.
You're welcome.
Okay. ZBA, they did meet the report. The minutes are not submitted yet, but we will have those for the next meeting. A little technicality. Highway Superintendent Jeremy Frame.
Alrighty, so we've had a boom lift on rent from Admar for just about a month now. We've been up on Lawrence Hill, doing tree work and preparation for our road project this summer. Basically cutting back the entire right of way so we don't damage excavator ditching. We don't bring trees, branches down when got our boxes up, dumping material, and to allow sunlight into the road to dry it out. We've also been up on the road again and done a little Band-Aid to some of the holes up there. Just waiting for it to dry out a little bit so we can take the grader up there and put that to work. Snow removal. Got 7 in the report, but that's 8 as of Saturday, because we did have to go out Saturday morning, so we've been eight runs since the last meeting. With the full fleet and 2 with a truck or 2. I've also included the salt price for next year. Ontario County Purchasing helped the countywide put a bid together so we can bypass OGS, and we were successful with getting a much lower rate for next year. So we've installed some dash cameras in the 10-wheelers. I've got 2 left to do because they haven't sent the right wire harness to do them. Decided to go ahead and do it ourselves to save the $135 truck fee to have a technician come out and do it, so. That's and it gives the guy something to do on rain days. The old F-550. It has it's going on Auctions International. He came out and took pictures. It hasn't posted yet. I am hoping that it does here within the next couple of days. He was in Richmond that day before he came up to see me, and there's her posted and active online, so it should be any day now. And we've been exploring some loader options for the replacement of our loader as per the replacement schedule. Guys went and tested 2 different loaders, one up at John Deere dealer and one over in the town of Canisius. Unfortunately, we like to stay with the loader that we have, but they've done a whole bunch of upgrades to it and put a lot of extra features in there that we don't need, and the price has gone up like $120,000. So we're exploring the next size down, and we want to make sure that it's gonna be a good fit for us. Because we know what we have works, so we're just kind of weary about
Right,
stepping down into a smaller machine. So I'm waiting for a couple of different pricing options from one of the sales reps, and I'll have something for you for next month on that. One other thing that I did not include on my report was the illegal dumping that occurred over on Prattsville Hill Road. We pursued that with DEC Econ Police, and we were actually able to recuperate $1,200 for the expense of us hauling that to the landfill and manpower and equipment usage.
good, thank you.
So the individual that did it was actually owned up to it and paid us, did what was right.
And Canandaigua didn't charge us for helping us out with the dumpster.
They're gonna send us a bill for the landfill. We used our trucks to haul, I used 2 trucks to haul
Okay,
it over there.
okay,
But they haven't received their bill yet, but as soon as they do, I'm sure they'll
okay.
send it this way.
Make sure they're taken care of too.
So yeah, that was 5 tons of material at like $40 a ton.
Do we know where the material came from, Jeremy? Was it our town?
I don't know where it came from.
Okay.
The people that were having the shed tore down are residents in town, and they saw the picture on social media and recognized the material as theirs and called the sheriffs. And so they're the ones that initiated the investigation. So pretty much from the get-go, they had an idea of who this person was, and they just needed a little more evidence before they
Check, Dan.
yeah.
So they charge him or should they pay the?
I am sure he has a pretty hefty fine coming at him through the DEC, but
Mhm.
I didn't ask.
Glad that was resolved to our satisfaction.
That's all I have.
Thank you for your work on that one too. Any other questions for our highway superintendent? Okay. Near Lake Watershed Task Force.
3 things real quick. As I've been addressing every meeting, the lake level is high. But over the last week, it went up another 6 inches, so it's 12 inches high. A little more. And the town of Richmond doesn't want to remove the shale out of the outlet until they get a permit to do the Mill Creek Master Plan project. Because as soon as they remove the shale and we get into a rainstorm, it will fill in again.
Mhm.
So this is gonna come down to the weather. So what I put in my report is the precipitation year to date has been pretty much normal. We're still a foot high. And for Kate's benefit, at this time a year ago,
We're in good shape.
we were 2.5 feet high.
Oh, okay,
This is like 1.1 foot high.
okay,
We're in good
We
shape.
were 2.5 foot high a year ago,
okay,
so similar deal.
thank you.
However, those that are jumping the gun about their ducks going in, better have them high up out of
Yeah,
the lake, because my neighbor put his in 10 days ago, and it was yay much above the lake. Today, the lake is level with the dock,
sure,
so.
cool.
Ontario County has approved and replied to the New York State grant for the boat wash station. So we're just waiting for the state to accept the county's response. And then we'll get it ordered, we'll get a project plan. And just a final reminder, the roadside pickup is Saturday morning, April 20th. That's my update.
So that wash station be in this year to use, or
Yes.
it should be, okay, it's not anything that's special order that takes
No, 6 months later. Progress for months and months.
All right, that's it.
Thank you, Terry. I might not be able to attend that cleanup as there's first aid and CPR training the exact same time. Saturday morning at the library. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I haven't registered yet, but I just found out about it.
Spanish County Library,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah, from 9 to 1, and I think there were still openings and they were closed today, so I'm gonna reach out tomorrow. The town assessor report was submitted, and if there's any questions. We do have a motion for Lori Ann Chamberlain shortly.
Just on FYI, her report from last month where she was talking about the cemeteries in the area, and it still doesn't affect the fact that it's not a town cemetery, but the cemetery that's located next to the church is not part of the church. It's a private association. So she was making that correction in her program. So this is just an FYI. It's still not anything the town needs to take care of, but it's not managed by the church.
Correct. And Eileen did speak to me about that as well. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder.
Sure.
Water District Operations, Kate.
So nothing out of the ordinary to report in terms of gallons pumped. It was 601,000 this year. 560 last March. Very consistent. And as you know, we have very few new meters. And then the other thing I was able to get to Christopher was the report of maintenance operations. It's just under $8,000 for the first quarter, right in line with last year. And again, nothing really out of the ordinary.
It's good that the city continues to be a good partner.
The other thing I would add in terms of the water district is Eileen and I met with TI Sales this week. And we are planning for the meter read software conversion around the second quarter water billing. We need an end meter read from the old system to put into the new system, and then off we go.
And I thought that we're gonna definitely have the city making those first few reads and be very involved with us as we implement the new system.
Yes, yes.
Good, good, good.
Yep.
Thank you.
And the billing will take place a week late. They were not able to do the reads last Wednesday, so Craig is going to go around this coming Wednesday and the bills will go out by the end of the week.
Okay. Okay, that shouldn't put us behind.
No, it
Okay.
shouldn't.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Financial reports, I tabled the December report. I'm totally fine with the December report and year-end report as is. So I'll make a motion. I cannot vote on this, of course.
I make a motion to approve the December financial report.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
I
Abstain, thank you. And we're gonna do this January report next.
So I would lump January and February together. I do have a couple of questions. The real property taxes, the earned, it's page 1 and it's the very first entry. I am not arguing with what we've posted to the books. I think we've got it in the wrong bucket.
Okay.
Because our budget's 130 and we posted 350,000. I just think the 3.5 is in the wrong bucket,
Okay.
or maybe it needs to be split. And then I had a question on the next page, the 5,000 state aid, is that the clean energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Good question.
And then last but not least, and this is a holdover from last year, the water district expenditures budget does not include SW1 0962.4. it's the $30,000 of reserve. And, you know, we forget that we have to book that reserve.
Each year.
Exactly. And like I say, it's because this report is not correct. It doesn't include that budget line.
Okay.
There's no budget, so it doesn't match what we submitted to the county. And I will send Krista another note.
And yeah, copy me on that.
Okay, because she had it on her to-do list for last year.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
and with those, I would approve the February report,
And
Just
June.
February or February and March?
February and January.
January and February.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Terry seconds.
Those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay, those carry with corrections. Check those again, please include me on that move.
I will. Yeah.
Okay, so we're on to unfinished business, first responder tax exemption, we talked about it, and we're gonna table that for May. Again, we're still looking at what some other towns are doing for model laws, but that is definitely on our radar. Number two. Highway Superintendent Jeremy Frame and myself attended a meeting with New York State DOT. With Senator Helming's office participating in the speed reduction, so we appealed that decision. And I think we've got a shot at it. So better than laying down. It's a good idea to appeal, and we had a nice audience, so I was appreciative of their response.
Good.
After having dragged for so long. So stay tuned, we'll see how long it lasts, but I'll press as best I can.
Could you just 25 words or less, tell me what this is about?
The exit entrance to the highway department, a fully loaded truck or a truck towing an extra piece of equipment. It's a 55-mile-an-hour zone, and people are coming in hot. It's for the safety of residents, for our highway, and also we're protecting our equipment. Right.
Mhm.
And
And if traveling public that comes whipping around the corner and sees us pulling out.
yeah, fully loaded.
2 years ago, in order to post a speed limit on any of our town roads, we need to petition the state DOT, and they do a traffic study and this and that, and then either approve it or decline it. So 2 years ago, we petitioned them to move the existing speed zone around the corner over here, over towards Middle Road, and they declined it. So we basically, we revisited with a little help from Ken Helming's office, and they were receptive, and hopefully they'll take into consideration the additional information that we told them, and
Okay, no, thank you, that's all.
Yeah, I think the original submittal was just simply paper,
Mhm.
wasn't any
Yes,
personal
that's- yeah.
involvement, and I think that went a long way.
Sure it does.
To actually look at the people making decisions, and the person that signed off on it was an acting traffic person. Now he's an official in his official capacity, so he has more experience, and his boss was there.
Good.
Other colleagues, so that was helpful. On a separate matter, also, I just heard you say something, there's no speed limit on Jersey Hill Road, correct?
there isn't.
Yeah, so that's kind of factors into a lot of things going on, so we'll talk about that too at some point.
Hmm.
It just, as I'm driving up and down, I don't see a speed limit sign. So what does that mean?
55,
Okay. Awesome.
right,
Posted,
right,
these roads aren't posted.
right, Cransley, yeah,
That's scary.
yeah.
It'd be scary if you went 55 down that hill.
That's,
They do.
they do.
Oh,
Yes,
my
they do.
word.
I picked them up at the bottom.
Yeah, okay, right, moving right along, AEDs do need to order those for town hall and highway, and Councilman Stat has said he will take charge of that and get us the same equipment as.
I'll get you all this information so we can.
And can we just go ahead and purchase those with the board's approval tonight, because I'd rather have those sooner than later, and I'm surprised we don't.
I'll get all the information, get it into Eileen. I'll get it ordered, or to you.
To me,
I'll bring it.
Supervisor,
Okay.
yep, we'll get 2 units, one for highway and one for.
You want the case and everything, right?
Exactly.
Do you want an alarm box or just an open box? I don't think we need an alarm box.
I don't think so.
I think the building's small.
Oh, to know that I've opened the box?
Yes. I just bought one for the church, so I know.
How
what it's-
much are the units, by the way? How much are the units?
I wanna say they were around $3,000
Mhm.
each.
I thought about the court too.
We should do a resolution.
Okay,
We
Let me
should
get
do
the
a-
final pricing.
okay.
Yeah.
I just,
Well,
I just wanna
capital
sit on
item.
it. I just wanna
Yeah.
sit on this anymore.
Yeah.
It all it takes is one life.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Jeremy and I did a walk through Tibbles Road and the other cemetery, and it turns out the Tibbles Road Cemetery is in rough shape and doesn't have a fence, so the project gets bigger.
Is this the one in the trees?
Yes, there's only 4 trees. There's only 4 big trees. But it wasn't what I thought. It wasn't as bad. Well, I always say this. It wasn't as bad, but there was a lot of fresh snow, but we already made the appointment, so
There you
I
go.
will visit it when mud season settles down next week.
It could
or
be
so.
worse. is
It
what
could be
you're saying.
worse. Yes, I stepped into a gopher hole. right next to
Excellent.
a headstone, but nothing
Excellent.
happened. Yeah, nothing happened.
Poison ivy? Just finding
It was-
poison
it
ivy?
was deep.
Do you want me to look for it?
No, there was 6, 8 inches of snow.
Great.
So, and then the other cemetery does have a fence, it's down. And I wanna talk to that guy, because if he's having trouble maintaining it,
What's this? Not Canada's Hollow.
no, Canada's Hollow, we had a good plan there, what do we call that cemetery?
Oh, Ross Road? No.
No,
Uh,
off of 15-8,
right.
Eileen?
It's the one that's on within private property. I didn't know he had a
Yes.
fence around it at all.
Well, there's a metal, and I guess gotta get to the state, because as I go around, what state law says and what people are doing are not congruent. If this is sufficient, I could stand that fence up myself. I don't know if it's sufficient enough. It's not quite, it's better than chicken wire,
Okay.
but there was a fence, and I will go back.
That's the one on Brian Connor's property, right?
Yes. Yes, and I do need his number to talk to him this week, next week would be great. For the record. That would be in the minutes.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna have to pay prevailing.
No, I'm
wage.
not putting his number in the minutes.
Yeah.
No, just that, I wanna get a, I wanna. get
Why don't you just say you need the number and I'll give you the number? That's pretty simple.
It'd be
Yes,
expensive.
Well, what's it gonna cost to put the fence in?
Prevailing wage, I have not a clue.
No, just for the fencing.
I would get, in the ballpark, I'd say probably $20,000.
So, okay, you just tipped it. Yeah, prevailing wage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to get a PSA number too. Okay. Thank you, Mark.
it doesn't have to be a great fence.
But it's not, it's gotta have it surveyed, and then we gotta have the fence put in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right,
By the
Alright.
time we put, I mean, if it wasn't prevailing wage, it probably cost you.
No, do prevailing wage. And like I say, I'll get a number. Okay, and I'll send it to you.
okay,
Okay,
So I will need, before I can get pricing, I'll need like a survey map so they know how much fence they gotta put in.
right.
you can get that on Encore, and I've got copies of it.
Okay.
Rough.
Okay.
Suppose. It will be okay. Awesome. The Jersey Hill engineering study proposals are in. I'll be reviewing those with the county tomorrow, and we should have a recommendation for the next board meeting, which way we're gonna go. I will say this, I'm amazed at the delta from,
Low bid to high bid.
yes, from,
Is
just for
it,
the
is it
study.
50%?
No, it's more.
Oh.
It's incredible.
Cool.
So we already know the low end I'm not pleased with, and the high end there's no way.
There you go.
And actually the middle one's a reputable firm that we do lots of business with in the county, so we should be okay. And then the other one is in the ballpark. So we'll have that. Okay,
Well,
right, we have some resolutions. We have Laura Ann Chamberlain. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, Laura, I would like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Lorianne Chamberlain to the Board of Assessment Review.
I would second it, and Eileen, there's two updates to it. One's in the fourth paragraph.
Yeah, I'll
It's-
catch them.
Okay,
Thanks.
yep. Cool,
Oh, yes.
yep.
And that was a second. Those in favor?
Hi,
That carries. Congratulations.
yes, welcome.
It was a tough debate, but you got in. And we have other opportunities for you as you'll find out.
Mhm.
And anything, love to have a chat. Okay, moving right along, we have 100 hours of support for integrated systems, need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second. Those in favor?
Hi,
Carries.
You know, you were looking into an alternative
for integrated.
integrated system.
So far, what I have done is I've collected information on what other towns are using for service agency, where they're purchasing both software and equipment. And one of the recommendations that I would like us to entertain is to keep the number of IT vendors that we use small. And what I've learned over the last couple of months is we actually moved a lot of service to integrated back in March of 2018. And so for us to move away from them, but I was reporting to the supervisor earlier this evening that I had a conversation with our salesperson, and I'm scheduled to meet with the manager of the business so that we get a little more consistency with them. And if you have feedback, I'm love to hear it. Okay,
I
Okay.
seriously, yes, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Well, I know we had some concerns in the past,
yes,
so I was just wondering if we explored others, so thanks for that.
we are.
From my
We
office,
are.
there's still concerns.
Yeah,
Well, unfortunately,
yeah,
IT is a tough nut to crack, and there are not too many municipalities or corporations or people that are
right,
delighted with their IT.
right.
That's the tricky part.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
bringing that up, please. Please. And on that IT theme,
Yeah, can I talk to the next resolution? So what I
Yep.
did, and this was with Eileen's input. So that we can move along, because we need to do a number of things between now and the end of June. And part of it is moving the town clerk's services to the new water meter. She also needs a new machine, so we're trying to put everything together. And then we're also gonna move from .org to .gov. So what I did is I put together a not to exceed resolution of $10,500. And again, reported to the supervisor earlier tonight that I'm up to 7,000, and I don't think I'm gonna have to go beyond that. We're buying 3 computers, several monitors, 2 iPads, one for the CEO office, the other for the town clerk. They're gonna be backups to one another. And one PDF editor so that they can convert PDFs when they come in here.
Just a quick question. Why do I have an iPad?
For the water meter reading that has to be done.
So wouldn't it still be in the CEO's office? Because Joe said he didn't want the water meter reading on the same iPad that they're using their cloud permitting on.
Right, but to talk to the board, I was talking about you having one for water and Joe having one for cloud permit. So that people don't get confused. We're gonna have 2 iPads. One's gonna have a data plan, and then I have not talked to Joe yet about whether or not cloud permit needs a data plan. You with me?
Maybe.
Okay,
Are they gonna be desktop computers or laptop computers?
One desktop for the assessor,
Here's that.
one laptop for the town clerk.
With a camera?
Correct. Everything's coming in with camera. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
So, and when Kate and I discussed it earlier, and she brought it out, the essential, if we were down, the essential offices would be supervisor, highway superintendent, town clerk, and CEO, where if a resident needs something right away, it could be taken care of.
Right. An assessor, you may be able to wait a day or two. With a town clerk, we would want to have the service available to the resident. Okay,
Thank you.
yep,
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Well, do we have consensus opinion? I wasn't getting a warm feeling that everybody was on the same page here.
with the iPads.
I just wanted to make sure that Eileen and Joe and you and Chris were all on the same page.
Oh, yeah, before we purchase any iPads, I will make sure everybody's singing from the same hymnal. Yep, you betcha. Yep,
I made the motion. I must be happy.
I'll second it reluctantly.
Those in
Yep.
favor? Aye,
we don't just spend money,
we're very conservative.
trust me. Yeah,
She's keeping to her budget.
yeah.
For those iPads, do you have the Verizon reps information? Is that who you're talking to? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for the data plan, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I also talked to Verizon and, there's no family plan for the town. I already tried that.
Okay, we're setting a public hearing to entertain comments pertaining to septic variance requests south of Old Bald Hill Road.
Make a motion. Wait, what do I have to make a motion for?
Setting up time and place for a public hearing for a septic review.
Okay, I make a motion.
Excellent. I'll second. And those in favor? Aye, that carries unanimously.
What's the street address on that?
It is 6614 South Old Bald Hill Road. Sure. And on that note, we're gonna have another one next month if you want to write it down, but the package wasn't done yet at 5472 County Road 36. If you want advance information for the planning board.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'll write that down next month.
All right. We did discuss it. The plans for that review are in your packet, so you had them ahead of time, and that's procedurally how I'd like to handle it. So if you've got the plans, then we can make that public hearing happen. Setting a public hearing to entertain comments pertaining to setting a local law weight limits on Jersey Hill Road and Canadice Hill Roads for the May 13th town board meeting.
So I have one question.
Yes.
Lawrence Hill. Would you throw that one in there?
For a weight limit? That isn't necessarily, I don't think they're using that as as shortcut. That's mostly just residents that live there. So.
Okay,
I'm curious if, on your Canadice Hill, if you meant to say Grassley Hill.
I did.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
Son of a gun. How did that happen? That was my mistake. Thank you. Yes. So with that correction,
Well, I have a question.
sure.
The issue is these big trucks running on Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever and going up and down Jersey Hill. Google Maps and Apple Maps gonna reflect this so they don't route the trucks that way, or they're still gonna route the trucks that way?
they'll still run.
They'll still go that way. The hope is that they see the sign at the bottom and they say, oh, I weigh more than 8 tons, 10 tons, whatever it's posted at, and
But they're gonna see it before they turn to go up the hill or turn, what if they're coming south on 37? And they're gonna make a turn east on Jersey Hill and come down?
Right, that's,
And they're not gonna turn, a semi's not gonna turn around. Just wondering,
Well, so say it's a line run where they're making that journey consistently, they might. See that and if anything.
well,
we
if
do
they
to
were doing
minimize
that
wear and
route
tear and
consistently,
safety,
yes.
Right, that's really what it's all about. And there might be something we could do with Google Maps, I'm just thinking that. There just might be, but that I don't.
It takes years.
Right.
It takes years to get them to update anything.
Can we put
I moved my business, so my business was not where it is
Okay,
on Google Maps.
Tried to get Google Maps to not use Holmes Road as a road
Mhm.
between 37 and Canada Lake Road.
yeah,
Anywhere with that.
yeah, good luck.
Can you put like a sign where because there's obviously a sign that shows an intersection coming up. Can we put
Oh,
a sign underneath it that
there you
would say
go.
like Kratzy Hill Road, weight limit,
Restricted.
restricted road, or? I don't know about how.
yeah, I'd have to
signs
talk to
work.
the county about that, cause that's their sign.
Right,
We could certainly entertain that, I sit on Public Works, I'm vice chair, I certainly.
so if you just put a warning on it,
Well, I'm just concerned, that's fine. But a big truck gets there,
What's he gonna
Right.
do?
what's he gonna do?
He's gonna turn down.
He
and
can't
take
turn
his-
around.
Right,
The first time.
They're doing it now, so.
right.
But to do nothing, only where the roads are compromised, we know we've got an issue with Jersey Hill Road.
No, that's fine,
And to
that's
not
fine.
do something, it's. I'd rather be proactive. That's why we're doing this.
But to Terry's point,
It's
we'd
for our
be,
highway superintendents.
we'd be better off with signage closer to 28. That there's two roads that have restricted something or others.
Well, I mean, Richmond has
I
the
know,
same,
I know.
Richmond has the same problem. So East Lake Road. The big trucks use it. Semis coming to and from Naples
Ooh,
all the time. And it's narrow, there's no shoulders. It isn't quite as. An issue as Jersey Hill, but nevertheless, and they posted it. And they talk about it all the time at their board meetings, so I know that. Posting. Has not been a
is that why the
completely
trooper,
effective.
is that why the trooper sits at the bottom of the hill all the time? There's a trooper that sits at the bottom of the
Yeah,
hill
I know,
all the
but I
time.
mean, East Lake Road, they got it posted at both ends.
Okay,
They still get semis going
great.
to and from Naples. So I'm all for this. I'm just a little bit skeptical
That it will be any good.
that it'll, how much of an effect it'll have.
Okay,
yeah, but if you get somebody that wrecks like that truck did last year. Then they get tickets, you got teeth behind it,
Right.
and he's gonna go back to his boss and say, hey,
Now, on the other hand, if some truck over the weight limit has a accident on Jersey Hill, at least we've got to post it, they shouldn't have been there.
right.
So I'm okay with posting it. But I'm just not sure how much it will discourage.
Point taken. Other discussion. I'd like to move this resolution. A second by Rick. Those in favor?
I,
That carries unanimously. Cyber training's gotta be top of mind. I did see a NYMER training coming up next week. I might see if we can get that in. The MFA is coming to the town and gonna be in all applications where possible.
okay. It is currently planned for Neptune 360 and for Cloud Permit. And Eileen is checking on Williamson Law Books.
Like I say, we do have it for our financials and a few other smaller things. And I'm not familiar with anything with the highway, if you're doing MFA, Jeremy, but it's gonna be beneficial. I'll take that.
Oh, Williamson Law Books. If we get it, everybody will have to
Right.
do it. Yeah.
And with that goes cyber training as well. Richmond Rec Senior Citizens Lunch, I'm honored to help set that up and I'll host that coming up on May 24th, which is a Friday. Please feel free to attend.
Do I get a free lunch?
Yeah, and there's pizza for lunch?
We're gonna have better than pizza.
Are you really? Whoa.
Cookies. Pizza and cookies.
Looking forward to it because we haven't had one here in a while. Approval of the bills.
I make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
That carries. Mark, I have one item I need you to sign from the packet I almost forgot.
I actually have some questions.
Well, that would be now, we just, did we vote on that? Yeah, you want to do that before? the
That's okay.
vote, but feel
Ask,
free.
ask away.
Yes,
Yes.
procedurally.
So no, probably just my unfamiliarity with this. FNBO, Omaha, Nebraska, Central Data Processing.
So that's our credit card. That's a credit card and central data processing would be.
Okay, so Trista, please do not pay. Check with that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a note from me. So what that is, that I would like to research is it's a charge for Google G Suite. And Mark Malmandier and Eileen and I have spent the last month trying to figure out if we're actually using G Suite. So I'm asking Krista to please hold that check. And I've also let the supervisor know earlier. Until I can figure out if we should really be paying that bill. It's $70 a month. And I don't think we need it.
Right,
Okay?
Good catch.
Good question.
Impact Earth.
Mhm.
So that is
What
our,
do they do?
it's a composting initiative that we've set up with support from the county. So I can give you a flyer on that to bring you up to speed on all the things that are compostable.
Mhm.
So they pick up compost material
Yes,
here.
yes, and the highway department. Don't get much from us. I want to make sure you guys know what you can be, I apologize, but I want to make certain everyone understands what can be composted.
We're not there.
So we're paying
Yeah.
$482 for them to pick up.
That included a setup fee and everything else, but just so you know, that's reimbursable by the county's already approved it. You see my note on there, the posted note.
So the whole thing.
County pay those, we don't need it.
Well,
It's shifting
waste
costs.
diversion, so we have a landfill that's costing us millions of dollars. And it's an issue, and if we don't get serious about waste diversion, we're gonna be in a heap of trouble. So it's trying to have the town set an example, and I apologize if it sounds so.
So the county's paying us,
The county will reimburse us after we.
reimburse us,
The first
to pay
year.
somebody to come take away our.
Right,
compostable
I'll say
crap.
that the town of Victor's doing it, other towns are doing it, across New York State, actually.
How much is there? I mean, how much are they picking up? Are we picking up a 5-gallon
We're a
bucket?
We're a small, there's a culvert outside, so we've been filling up a 5-gallon. The 5-gallon bucket was full last week, which was awesome, partly because we had the Board of Elections here. And they were diligent about,
It's gotta smell pretty sweet, summertime.
well, we haven't had too much issue.
We haven't gone through summer yet.
You know,
Yeah.
Okay,
But the raccoons
Um,
into it, the bear.
And the bear,
Stephanie Seeley.
she's a secretary for the ZBA.
right?
She does minutes for the ZBA. She also is an assistant. She helps out the town clerk. I'll have to put those back in order, but we'll get them.
Those are my questions.
Cool.
Good, good
Good.
questions. Good questions. So once again,
Now I'll vote yes.
okay,
I didn't vote before.
gotcha.
Oh,
Right,
dear.
it's unanimous. And it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's only April. So we have the privilege of the floor. For anyone. Who'd like to speak? I have nothing. Actually. I am thinking about some kind of a town picnic going forward. Maybe have a community celebrations we haven't done anything with. Any thoughts on community picnic? Anyone ever attend a community picnic back in the day?
Yeah,
Okay, and how was it?
when I was a kid, it was boring.
It was boring. Was it hosted by the town?
Yeah, it was up at Harriet House.
Harry Hollister.
I heard.
I've
Okay.
seen the picture.
All right, so good. And so, you know, and youth are important to me. So how could we have made it more fun for the youth
Oh, my God.
of your generation?
I was youngest there by probably 75 years.
Right.
Oh, okay, you were the
He
only
was
kid?
there because Dad
'Cause
said
Grandpa
we're
was-
going to the picnic.
Grandpa was, I
There
was staying
you
at
go.
Grandpa's house.
Oh, okay.
And Grandpa said, we're going up to the picnic. So I didn't have much of a choice,
Right, okay, gotcha.
but,
And it was before the days of iPhones.
oh, long before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, long before. that.
You're not that old.
Did you run around the park a little bit? How long were you there?
It's felt like forever.
Wow, there's you could run this picnic.
I think we started.
Oh, we ran in and out of the bar.
Make a motion and he runs.
Exactly.
Absolutely, I'll second that. In favor.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's something, Eileen, any discussion on the picnic, candidates picnic?
No, the attendance diminished rapidly over the years.
And what would you attribute that to?
People dying.
People didn't want to, they had other things to do.
You had other things to do, yeah.
How about the location at Town Hall?
It was here the last few years and it did not improve the attendance.
I see. Okay, what was on the menu?
Whatever anybody brought.
Oh.
Oh, everybody's got to bring their own food.
Mhm.
Well, that sounds like a great way to get people to come.
Right,
We got this community celebration put on by the town, but you got to bring your own food.
That's right.
Yeah.
I gotta-
Isn't that what the employee Christmas party is?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And you'll get
Is it the
6
same
pots
people at
of
the-
baked beans.
But we do have budgeted $500 that just sits there. I can remember, so it's just a thought.
Okay.
It's in the minutes anyways. Anything else?
I write the minutes, excuse me.
I'm hoping-
I don't see you writing down anything really,
Oh, dear.
Community.
unless you want,
Okay.
unless you want me to put in that,
All right,
Councilman
Stop making
Mitchell,
me laugh.
time out. I
Councilman
make a
Mitchell.
motion to adjourn.
No, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
Killing
minute.
This is going downhill.
Wait a minute, Councilman Mitchell motioned and Supervisor Vastola seconded that Councilman Stat set up a community picnic.
Eileen's got that in a minute.
Is that in the minutes?
Oh, yeah,
Not a chance.
in red ink. Oh, dear.
I have Terry's motion.
We'll table that.
I'll second
We'll
Gary's
do.
motion.
All in favor?
Who seconded, please?
I'll second.
Anybody.
Thank you.
Too late, Kate.
Those in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
Carries. Wow, 1 hour. That's great. You're like the planning board now.